Fighters ready. Go.
But yeah, we're gonna move on to the next movie. The Black Phone. Apparently, this movie was supposed to come out last year, but it's now just coming out this year. The Black Phone. So let's read the synopsis real quick. Uh, and I'm gonna call out the main stars of this film. We have Mason Thames as Finney. We got Madeline McGraw as his sister Gwen. Ethan Hawke as the Grabber. Jeremy Davis as Terrence, who is actually the father of Mason Thames and Madeline McGraw in the movie Finney and Gwen. And those are the main, sort of like the main characters. We do have some side characters that play a big role, but I kind of want to don't want to kind of want to talk about them right now. So we read the synopsis real quick. After being abducted by a child killer and locked in a soundproof basement, a 13-year-old boy starts receiving calls on a disconnected phone from the killer's previous victims. So what we're going to do now is watch the trailer for The Black Phone, and then I'll get back to you after this.
Would you like to see a magic trick?
You're gonna use a weapon.
You are special, Finney.
Please hurry.
The creepiest damn thing.
Well, all right. Let's talk about the movie The Black Phone, starring Ethan Hawke, which they mostly focus on Ethan Hawke as the Grabber and Mason Thames as Finney. First things first, I totally liked Mason Thames and Madeline McGraw as Finney and Gwen. Usually, especially Madeline McGraw. So you see with this movie, it's like three. It takes three different tones. It takes three different tones. It's a thriller, horror, or thriller, supernatural, and a coming of age story. Because this movie is based in 1978, so it explains why these kids are able to get grabbed up so quick. It's in 1978. You know, so it kind of goes back to those type of movies like in the 80s where it was a young boy. He was like a nerd and getting beat all the time, being bullied, and then he goes through a traumatic experience that kind of kind of helps him become an adult, and then by the end of the movie he gets love or whatever. It kind of goes through that kind of premise with Finney. Finney, he's a nerd, smart kid. He's getting chased by bullies. He's getting beat up by bullies. Speaking of which, these bullies are brutal. Ethan Hawke as the Grabber is crazy, but I'm more scared of the bullies, yo. Like these kids, not even the bullies. These kids are fucking ridiculous. They do more damage to each other than Ethan Hawke does to anybody. Like this is one scene, and it's where like Madeline McGraw. This is one scene where Finney is getting beat, which is Mason Thames' character. He's getting beat, and then Madeline McGraw, Gwen, she takes a rock and smacks this dude. And I really thought she killed him too, because this dude is just sitting down, blood just pouring from his head. He looked like he was just about to die, bro. I'm looking like, yo, and then it's crazy. It's crazy. There was another scene where it was another kid. He was like the cool kid or whatever. He does martial arts. He fights his bully. He beats him down. Where this dude is almost damn near dead. There was a lot of the scenes where it's just kids beating each other up, and it looked brutal. way brutal than what Ethan Hawke was doing. They made Ethan Hawke's character, the Grabber, look like goddamn, a saint compared to what these kids was doing. Jeez, even though he was a killer, like you didn't see him really do much. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's also what I liked about the film. They kind of kept it inconspicuous about what Ethan Hawke's character, the Grabber, does to these boys, because he's only kidnapping boys, only kidnapping young boys, and it's kind of he kind of be conspicuous. They don't know exactly what he does. Obviously, we knows that he kills them because it's victims, but we don't know if he a molester, or if he messes with them, and or what I'm saying, like if he's really nice to them before he kills them or something like that. So they keep it inconspicuous about what Ethan Hawke's character, the Grabber, does. Now going back to the kids, Finney and Gwen, which is Mason Thames as Finney and Madeline McGraw as Gwen, they did a great job. Mason Thames, Finney, he does a great job portraying a 13-year-old boy who is a nerd, who gets beat, whose life sucks. They have their dad, Jeremy Davis, as Terrence. He's their dad. He's one of those dads that alcoholic. He's an alcoholic. He can't do nothing without a drink. Like if you make a noise, he scared me more than Ethan Hawke, because there was a scene in the beginning where they made a noise and he's like just looking at them, and I thought he was gonna pull that bed out and start wailing on him. And while there was a scene that, and like I said, they definitely portrayed that era very well, because there was a scene where he did beat the daughter Gwen, and it really did bring, like, it really did show like how the parents were back in those days, beating on a child or whatever, which is never good. You should never do that. But that's how it was in that era. You know what I'm saying? So they definitely portray the drunk father well. But with that character also what I liked about that character as well, that they showed they also give you sympathy as well, because later on in the film they show him kind of breaking down the reason why he's like that, as well as kind of showing sympathy because his son is gone. So now he's doing whatever he can to try to get his son back, and he's overstanding his children a lot more. Again, going back to the children, I loved Gwen. She definitely one of those characters, because I'm not a big fan. One, I'm not a big fan of child actors, and two, I'm not a big fan of child actors, especially girls who are very pretentious and always want to buck against authority figures and try to act super smart or whatever. I'm never a fan of that. Like for example, Obi-Wan Kenobi show with baby Leia, she acts way smarter than she is, and I'm like, it's kind of cringy or whatever. I don't know, but with this character, I felt it was a healthy mix. Like she's very smart. She talks back. She got sass. You know what I'm saying? But they definitely show a vulnerable side where they show that she's actually a little girl, like when she's crying, trying to look for a brother, when she got beat. It shows a vulnerable side what a child, not even a little girl, what a child would go through in this type of situation. However, did have extra circumstances, and I kind of don't want to. I kind of don't want to reveal what her circumstances were, but why she was in the film, because she did have a kind of a big role in the film. I did like, as well as the relationship, Finney and Gwen. They were siblings that loved each other. You know what I'm saying? They protected each other. Finney, he getting his ass whooped, and Gwen will come through and take a rock and knock a dude out. You know what I'm saying? Like, when Gwen was getting beat, you saw Finney. He tried to stop his dad. Even though he was overpowered, you could tell that he cared. You could tell that they cared about each other. And even when Finn got kidnapped, you see Gwen riding around and trying to find them. They did a fantastic job. The siblings did a fantastic job together and everything like that. Ethan Hawke was great. Ethan Hawke was fantastic in this movie. The Grabber. What's great about this movie is that you do not see Ethan Hawke's face at all in this movie. He has that mask on through the whole film, and what's cool is that bottom part kind of detaches, and he puts on different ones, so you see his facial expressions through the masks. If he's happy, he has the big smiling masks, or if he's sad, he has the the sad mask on. Um, Even when he grabbed the kid, I think he whitened his face or something like that. You don't really see his face like that. So he really portrays attitude. He really makes you scared. He really is able to portray his attitude through his body movement, his voice, his tone. You could tell if he's mad by the way he acts, by the way he moves or what he's doing. You don't know what his plans are, and it is very, like I said, it's very thrilling, and it's very, like, it keeps you on the edge of your seat every time he comes on and he comes on the screen, because that's, like I said, you don't know what he plans on doing to the kid. If he plans on anything to the kid, when he brings the food, you don't know if he's going to drug him or anything like that. So I thought he did a really, really, really good job. Now, when we get to the premise of the supernatural stuff, that's when it gets crazy. The supernatural stuff, that's when it gets very crazy. I thought it was really good, and it does kind of explain why he's able to talk to ghosts on that black phone, even though the black phone is disconnected. I thought it was really cool how they did that as well, because they show scenes of him talking on the phone, and then the ghost is right there or whatnot. And I thought that was really, really cool. But I guess I'm gonna go to the things that I didn't like about it. So they try to say it's a horror film. I wouldn't call it horror. It's more a thriller. There was nothing really horrific. Um, there's barely any death in this movie, honestly. There's barely any killing in this movie. Like I said before, the violence was coming more from the children than it was from Ethan Hawke. You know what I'm saying? Even though Ethan Hawke killed children, they don't show you that he killed the children. But I swear to God, bro, there was one scene, like I said, that one scene when Gwen took the rocks and knocked the kid out. There was another scene where a bully, he beats this kid up to the point where this kid is damn near dying. Yo, I'm looking like, yo, this movie is crazy. So it's more of a thriller. If you come through trying to be scared and everything, you'll get some jump scares, but you won't be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be scared through the whole time. You'll be on the edge of your seat. Like I said before, this is one of the movies where when you watch it, once you start getting into it, you're gonna be like, oh snap, oh, you better run, boy, you better run. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be like that. You gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, but there was nothing really horrific about the film. Um, Another one. It's a small little nitpick. It's not even my thing. This is not even like something that takes points off of this movie, but it's so funny that they sort of know what this guy does because they're talking about black balloons. He has black, that's his MO or whatever. Like, he's the only guy in the neighborhood. He looks suspicious. He drives a black van. He got black balloons, and in the movie, he's already kidnapped, or at least he's already kidnapped at least 4 kids. He's already kidnapped at least 4 kids before we get to Finney. So you think the police or not even the police, you think that the children be on their P's and Q's about meeting strangers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would get it if Finney was the first kid to be kidnapped. I would get it if Finney was the first kid to be kidnapped, but it was like 4 kids, including a friend of his that was kidnapped. So you think, like, talking to strangers, you see a random dude, you know what I'm saying, doing all that, you know what I'm saying, the black van, black balloons, you would get that and run. You wouldn't even talk to no strangers, you run. But that's a little nitpick. I thought that was funny. Um, like I said, all the kids were good except for one. Let me see if we got his name. He went by the name Robin in the movie. Miguel Mora. Well, I would love to see him in like an action film. Maybe when he gets older, or maybe if they do maybe a Karate Kid, a new Karate Kid, they should make him the Karate Kid because he had a dope scene in the beginning where he fought a Karate Kid, did some karate, and beat his ass. He beat his ass. There was a bathroom scene which was horrible that he did. The way he acts is just like this. Finney, one of these days you gotta stand up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? He had it coming for him. I had to beat him down. His teeth was messing up my knuckles. He was talking like that. So that was kind of like, you know what I'm saying? That was kind of like that. That almost took me out of the film. I was like, luckily he's not in it that long, so it doesn't really hurt the film too much. That was just, you know what I'm saying? That was just like, you know what I'm saying? Kind of weird. I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh, there was another character as well that I thought was very dumb. Very dumb. So there's a guy, James Ransom. James Ransom. And if you know that actor is, you've probably seen him before. I can't remember where other things he's been in. But I know he's been in some other stuff. Unless you know, let me look it up real quick. James Ransom. Oh, right. He was on It. He was on It. He played one of the characters on It. I can't remember who it was, but he was playing one of the characters on It. That's what it was. And he came on, and I thought he was just the dumbest character because he was just goofy the whole time. And then they did this one. They had this one scene. They did this one scene in the movie where they oh my god, I hate this shit. And you know what's gonna happen. Where he just sitting there talking. So when in reality, when this happens, right? You're gonna automatically jump on in the action and take care of what needs to be done. This guy, James Ransom, he is monologuing and talking, and then it gets to a point where something happens, and I'm looking like you can tell this is coming. You'll notice when you see it, but he's just sitting there talking, and I'm looking like, bro, take action, bro, hurry up, do what you need to do. Why are you just standing there talking, bro? So I thought that was dumb as hell. That was the only character I did not like in the movie. I thought it was just. I thought he was. He literally. They literally made him goofy, and I think they just put him in the movie as fodder. They just put him in the movie as fodder, honestly. But other than that, the length is good. It's like an hour and 30 minutes. It's not that long. It's small and concise. The story is very interesting. You will not get bored in this movie. If I was to give it a rating, I would give it a 3, or maybe a 3.5. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's not very horrific. There's not a lot of kills. There's not a lot of crazy looking kills in this. You know what I'm saying? The one scene with the one guy Robin, not that great. So it does kind of hurt the film a little bit. But the one guy Max, I don't think, I think that was his name in the movie, Max. James Ransom. James Ransom, his character was just fucking dumb, and they should have not put him in the movie. I see why they put him in the movie, but they should have not put him in the movie. But if I gave this a rating, it'd be a 3.5 out of 5. Okay. That is my review for the day. I appreciate you guys stopping by and checking me out. Please, if you enjoyed this, gift a sub, or get yourself a case of Excess Blast drink. Link in the description below. I appreciate you checking me out. I might be back on tomorrow to stream a little bit, but I don't know. I will talk with y'all soon. You have a good rest of the day. Peace.